Hey guys, it's me, Suzanne, back with another video. It is day 4 of our Hidden Figure series. Disclaimer. There are a lot of French words in all of what's written around this woman's life. Even before I say her name, I just want to go ahead and apologize because I don't speak French and I'm probably going to mispronounce a lot of stuff. Please correct me if I do in the comments and let me know how to say some of these words if I say them, the wrong way. But today's hidden figure is Sanité Bélair. Please tell me if I'm saying that wrong. Sanité Bélair, also known as the Tigress of Haiti. Someone asked me if I could do, this one was requested not specifically, but someone asked me if I could do a feature on some of the Black women that fought in the Haitian Revolution. So I did some reading on the Haitian Revolution, and I decided to do today's video. I started to say this week, but today's video, because we're daily vlogging, I decided to do today's video on Sanité Bélair, also known as the Tigress of Haiti. So I'm going to read you guys a little bit about her. Sanité, and again, please forgive me for any words that I mispronounce. Sanité Bélair, born Suzanne Bélair, was a Haitian freedom fighter and revolutionary and one of the few female soldiers who fought during the Haitian Revolution. Sanité, whom Dessalines, I feel like that's Dessalines, not Dessalines, right? Let me know. Described as a tigress, is formally recognized by the Haitian government as a national heroine of Haiti. In 2004, she was featured on the 10 gourde, G-O-U-R-D-E, banknote of the Haitian gourde for the bicentennial of Haiti commemorative series. She was the only woman depicted in the series and the second woman ever after Catherine Fillon, Flan, that's an L, to be depicted on a Haitian banknote. It is believed that Sanité Bélair, was born in 1781 in what is now known as L'Artibonite? Woo! Please correct me. Bélair was born a free person of color, also known as afranchi, which was a social class of people who were between those who were free whites and enslaved black people. So she was better off than an Atlantean, an enslaved black, but still under the thumb of the ruling class. The affranchis, many of whom were mixed race, of Saint Dominguez had many restrictions, but were allowed to receive some education, own land, and participated in some of the entertainment with whites. Bélair became a sergeant and later a lieutenant during the conflict with French troops of the Saint-Domingue expedition. Or is that Domingue? Saint-Domingue? Lord, I can't read French. Her exact reason for joining the rebel army is never, and I know, for those of you that know how it's pronounced, I'm positive it's like nails on a chalkboard every time I mispronounce it. I think that is Saint-Domingue, so excuse me. Her exact reason for joining the rebel army is never explicitly stated, but it is understood that she wanted to help Haiti claim its independence. She married brigade commander and later General Charles Bélair, nephew of Toussaint Louverture. Together, she and her husband are responsible for the uprising of almost the entire enslaved population of L'Artibonite against their enslavers. According to C.L.R. James and the Black Jacobins, after the death of Toussaint Louverture, Dessalines invited Charles Bélair to a meeting. Sanité went with her husband. Dessalines arrested them both and sent them to the French general Leclerc. After their capture, he wrote Leclerc that he had undeniable evidence that Charles Bélair was the leader of the latest insurrection and asked that Charles and his wife be punished. Dessalines had considered Charles Bélair his rival for leadership of the Haiti Revolution. And for those of you that don't know, to this day, the Haitian Revolution remains the only successful slave uprising to this day, right? Truly successful. On October 5th, 1802, they both received the death sentence. Sanité was sentenced to death by decapitation and Charles by firing squad. She refused to die by decapitation and demanded to be executed just like her husband, whom she witnessed being shot by the firing squad. He had calmly asked her to die bravely. Reportedly, she walked to her death with bravery and defiance, refusing to wear a blindfold. She shouted to the Atlanteans, I cannot read this, Vive liberté, En bas, esclavage. Liberty, no to slavery. Because the Atlanteans were, of course, forced to watch the scene because they made black people watch other black people getting killed to put the fear into them of this is what happens if you fight back. This is what happens if you resist. We leave Mike Brown's body laying out in the street all day for hours because this is what happens to you, black people. Still going on to this day. Still going on to this day. Who, of course, were forced to watch the scene in an attempt to dispel the revolution idea. Their deaths, however, did not deter the revolutionaries who continued fighting. Sanité Bélair, the Tigress of Haiti. This tigress is the most famous of the Haitian Revolution's numerous female protagonists. I know there was a lot of things that I just mispronounced. Is there anything else? Suzanne Sanité Bélair is one of the great heroines of the Haitian Revolution. She was born in afranchi in Haiti during 1781, unprecedented at that time. Sanité Bélair was a revolutionary and sergeant in General Toussaint Louverture's army. Bélair organized and led the majority of revolutionary battles against the French enslavers in her hometown of L'Artibonite. She was captured by General Charles Leclerc of France, and the firing squad executed her husband. She boldly refused to wear a blindfold for her execution. An authentic fighter for freedom, sovereignty, and equality, she demanded to be executed by a firing squad like her husband and other male soldiers. Her last words were, "Long live liberty, down with slavery," words that seem rarely spoken today by both men and women of color. That's from Facebook. Let me read you guys a little bit about the Haitian Revolution, just for anyone that doesn't know. Haitian Revolution. If it would load. The Haitian Revolution was a successful anti-slavery and anti-colonial insurrection that took place in the former French colony of Saint-Domingue that lasted from 1791 until 1804. It affected the institution of slavery throughout the Americas. Self-liberated slaves destroyed slavery at home, fought to preserve their freedom, and with the collaboration of mulattoes, founded the sovereign state of Haiti. It led to the greatest slave uprising since Spartacus's unsuccessful revolt against the Roman Republic nearly 1900 years prior. The Haitian Revolution was the only slave uprising that led to the founding of a state free from slavery and ruled by non-whites and former captives. With the increasing number of Haitian revolutionary studies in the last few decades, it has become clear that the event was a defining moment in the racial histories of the Atlantic world. That's why they want you to hate Haitians. That's why they call them poor and dirty and lazy, right? That's why the mayor of Miami is trying to kick them the fuck out. That's why he's fucking cooperating with Fur Cheeto, okay? The legacy of the revolution was that it challenged long-held beliefs about black inferiority and of the enslaved person's capacity to achieve and maintain freedom. The rebels' organizational capacity and tenacity under pressure became the source of stories that shocked and frightened slave owners. And Suzanne Sanité Bélair, let me know if I'm mispronouncing that, was a lieutenant and one of the leaders of that uprising. Hidden figures. Black women in history. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a quote from her. Let me see if I can try and find one right now, except for what she yelled at the time of her death, which was, "Long live liberty, down with slavery," you know? And that should really be some shit that we live, you know, our day-to-day lives by. And that also kind of strikes me, you know, as a quote that I talked about in my Edmonia Lewis video, you know, there's no room for a colored artist in the land of liberty. You know, all these ideas about liberty and about freedom and about what does that mean for black persons, you know, in America as well as throughout the diaspora. It's just really something to think about during this Black History Month as well as every month, because Black history is every day. It is every month. It is American history. It is world history, you know, hidden figures. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Keep making requests. They're awesome. You guys are requesting awesome women. And I also have like all these, a whole folder full of ideas. You know, even after February is over, I'll probably still keep up this series, not daily, but I'll probably still keep up this series because you guys have been making a lot of suggestions about really, really amazing women and women that I had never heard of. I had never heard of this woman before I did this video. So food for thought as always. Tons of links in the description box. See you guys tomorrow. Peace!